Okay, so I'm in Copenhagen right now, and I just visited my physio, and I was gonna film it, but he was extremely busy, so I decided not to. But I'm just super happy that he is busy, because that means his business is running very well. I visited him because of my injury I got, or the injury which happened again up in Sweden. I wanted to get on top of it, because it's just really annoying not being able to run or jump. But I thought I would just take the time to do a recap on the Danish championships and the Swedish championships, which I competed in as well. Not so event specific, more what happened in my head, because those two competitions was the most emotional and mental competitions I've had ever. And just to start with day one, the first event was the hurdles, and I was extremely excited because I wanted to get some good results and see where I was at result wise. And training had been going well and stuff like that, so I was pumped, and I actually ran an extremely fast time in the hurdles. And then I got to the pole vault, and also 360, which is 10 centimeters off PB, so that was also fine. But I then came, obviously I expected a bit more, so I got a bit disappointed, but I was sort of able to move on to shot put, and then it just escalated. In the first throw, the shot slipped out of my hand, and it only got about 8 meters, I think. And then I tried to pick it up, but it didn't really happen. And then I think I ended with 11.94 or something. Then I was extremely mad and disappointed. And then I had to pick it up for high jump. I had a good talk with my father after shot put, and I had to pick myself up before high jump. And I had finally got a run up which looked like a proper run up, and it felt great. So I was extremely ready to do a good height. But at a relatively early height I was unable to get over. It just escalated in my head at that point. And I feel like it was because the competition meant so much to me, and not being able to perform at the level you wanted to just made it so tough to me going out of the competition at a very early stage. And I said things to my father. My father was the first one I talked to, that doing the last 1,000 did not make any sense to me right now, and the essential in sports, which is to have fun, was all gone. And I started thinking about, okay, I ran a fast hurdle race, but the last 10% mentally, you know, the thing that makes you really pop off the ground and stuff like that, it didn't happen. I started thinking, I haven't had that last touch today, and I was mad for a long time. The other guys jumped extremely well, like PBs, and for them that was great. But for my situation, that was not. That wasn't really fun, because seeing them jump very high and me jumping very was not very motivating, at least. But I sat there for a long time, and Tobias, who got the 3rd place after the entire competition, he was like, okay dude, I know you can do it, just pick yourself up. And he was like such a friendly competitor at that moment, and I owe him a lot for that, you know. And then I got over to my coach and said, okay, I don't want to run, this doesn't make any sense to me. And he was like, alright, if you don't run, you'll not go to Sweden next weekend. And I thought for a bit what I should do, and I guess I came to a point where I would be like, okay, if I don't step up at the line at the 1,000 meters, I would not be able to forgive myself. 15 minutes before start, I just took my spikes on, ran a lap, got to the starting line, and ran a very slow 1,000 meters. So we were done for the day, and the other guys ran their victory lap, cool down, and I sat down with my coach and just talked through what had happened in my mind, and he said what he had seen and what he sort of felt. And I said to him, as soon as I crossed that finish line, I wanted to go back to the start of the day and do the entire pentathlon over. And lucky enough for me, I had another chance the week after in Norrköping in Sweden. So we got up there. I mean, it could have been tiredness or something from the Danish championships, but I didn't perform very well there, and I hurt my foot. So I mean, this shows it's really important to think about there's something that you can do, something about like the internal part, which is all in your head, and then you have the externals. In my case, it was running a bad race, but it could also be a official being a jerk or something, giving you a hard time. But if you have made it this far in the video, I will say thank you for that, because that means I have been able to say something entertaining that will make you stick to this journey or this series. So with the view on this pier, I'll say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.